Part 1 covered what exists about you, the data broker files, the public records, the breach dumps. That's the historical footprint. Part 2 is about what you're generating right now. Your phone knows where you sleep, where you work, how often you visit your doctor, and which restaurants you go to on Fridays. Your browser has logged every search you've made for years. Your email provider has read every message you've sent and received. And your Google account ties all of it together into a single comprehensive profile that you can view in your activity controls if you want to see what they have. Most people don't look. Let's look. Your smartphone is the most comprehensive surveillance device ever invented, and you carry it voluntarily. Location data is the most sensitive category. Your carrier knows where your phone has been based on cell tower connections. Google and Apple collect GPS location through maps, apps, and system-level services. App location permissions, granted to dozens of apps on the average phone, feed location data to advertising networks. The data broker Xmode, acquired by OutLogic, purchases precise GPS location data from mobile apps and sells it. Journalists have shown this data can track individual phones to military bases, abortion clinics, and private homes. The data is granular. The sale is legal in most U.S. jurisdictions. Audit your app permissions before anything else. On iOS, settings of privacy and security. On Android, settings of privacy permission manager. Review every app's access to location, microphone, camera, contacts, and photos. The default? Allow nature of many apps means permissions were granted during installation under a dark pattern, a flow designed to get you to tap allow without reading. You will find apps that have microphone access that have no reason to use the microphone. Location. Always permission on apps that only need it for a single feature. Revoke what's unnecessary. The operating system will not break when you do. The app will still function without the permissions it didn't need. Browser choice is one of the highest leverage privacy decisions you can make. Chrome is built by a company whose revenue depends on advertising. Its privacy protections are structurally limited by that business model. Firefox is built by Mozilla, a non-profit with privacy as an explicit value. Brave is Chrome-based, but blocks tracking and fingerprinting by default with no configuration required. Safari has the strongest fingerprinting resistance of any browser through intelligent tracking prevention, but it's limited to Apple devices. For each browser, the most important extensions are uBlock Origin, which blocks tracking scripts and ads at the network level, and a cookie manager that auto-deletes tracking cookies across sessions. Your email provider has access to everything in your inbox. Gmail uses the content of your emails to improve ad targeting. Google states that it does not sell email content to third parties, but uses it internally. The more significant concern is the third-party apps you've connected to your Google account. Any app with Gmail access can read your entire email history. Go to your Google account security settings and review every third-party app with Gmail access. You will find apps you no longer use, services you forgot about, and tools you connected years ago. Revoke access for everything you don't actively use. The connected app retains whatever it already copied. Revocation prevents future access. ProtonMail and Tutanota are end-to-end encrypted email providers based in Switzerland and Germany respectively, outside U.S. legal jurisdiction for law enforcement data requests. Messages sent between ProtonMail users are encrypted in a way that ProtonMail itself cannot read. Messages sent to non-Proton addresses are encrypted in transit, but accessible to the receiving mail server. The practical limitation: you cannot move your existing email history to an encrypted provider, and most of your correspondence will still be on Gmail or Outlook, which logs their side of the conversation. Encrypted email is most valuable for specific, sensitive communications, not as a wholesale replacement for your existing email life without significant disruption. A password manager is a privacy and security tool simultaneously. The privacy angle: if every account uses a unique, random password, a breach at one site doesn't cascade to your other accounts. The security angle: complex random passwords resist cracking in ways that human-generated passwords don't. Bitwarden is open source, free for individuals, and independently audited. 1Password is a polished commercial alternative with a family plan. Both store your passwords in an encrypted vault that only you can decrypt. They generate strong passwords for new accounts and surface weak or reused passwords in your existing vault. The transition from browser-stored passwords to a manager is worth the friction. Phone number is the identity linkage mechanism that most people underestimate. Your phone number is tied to your bank account, your social media accounts, your two-factor authentication, and your real identity through your carrier. When you give your phone number to any service, that number becomes a data point connecting your identity across systems. MySudo provides virtual phone numbers, real numbers that forward to your actual phone, which you can use for service signups without exposing your real number. Apple's Hide. My email feature generates unique email addresses that forward to your real inbox without revealing it. Both reduce the linkage surface between your real identity and your online activity. VPNs protect one specific thing. They prevent your internet service provider from seeing which sites you visit and sell that data to advertisers. ISPs in the US have been legally permitted to sell browsing data since 2017. A VPN moves that visibility from your ISP to the VPN provider, which has its own privacy policy that you need to read. Movad and Proton VPN have independently audited no-log policies. VPNs do not provide anonymity. They do not protect against browser fingerprinting, account tracking, or any surveillance that happens after you log into an account. They are one tool with one specific function. Treating them as a comprehensive privacy solution overstates their protection significantly. Disappearing from the internet is not a destination. It's a practice. You don't do it once. You adopt habits that reduce what you generate going forward, and you periodically audit what's accumulated. The effort required scales with your threat model. Someone concerned about advertising is in a different situation than someone concerned about a stalker, an abusive partner, or law enforcement in a hostile jurisdiction. Know your threat model before you calibrate your effort. The tools exist. The knowledge exists. It's a decision about how much of your life you want to be a commercial product. If you want to understand the full scope of what Google specifically collects about you, our video on Google data covers what they hold and how to audit it.